Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. We're gathered here today. Pay our respects to a great hero.
Yes.
And you should pay respects to us. Welcome to episode 50 of Mar-Vell Tales. We made it. Suck it, Lilith. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Captain Al-Bell himself. It is Justin the Owl.
Justin the Owl, swooping back on in.
That's right, kids. So
talk about a legend.
That's right. So how do we celebrate a 50th episode? With a big old death. That's right. We're going to do a whole Death of Mar-Vell special from, we'll see the cause of his death in Captain Mar-Vell 34. We'll cover the Death of Mar-Vell graphic novel. Then we'll get to What If Volume 2, Number 14. What if Mar-Vell had not died?
Yes.
I love how they worded that on that cover. It's like, it's not what if Captain Mar-Vell had lived. It's like, what if he had not died?
Yeah.
Because I swear there's other characters. I forget who they did. Was it Uncle Ben or Gwen Stacy or Elektra? Somebody. I swear they said, what if some of them had lived? So I'm like, why did they word it like that? Where it's had not died. Well, you're adding extra words on that cover. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It's so strange. It's very cumbersome.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Had you read any of these beforehand?
Yeah, I read The Death of Captain Mar-Vell. I read number 34, but it was a while ago. And I had read the What If issue, but that had been even longer because that came out in 90. Mm-hmm. And I didn't own that one. I borrowed that from somebody.
You know what? We're gonna have to do more of those What Ifs from that series, that 90s series.
Yeah, there's some really gold stuff in there. Absolutely. We covered one already, the Ghost Rider one.
Well, we also did the first issue, the Evolutionary War one.
Yes. That's right. That was the first issue, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I don't know if you noticed, did you read these on the app? Because I think they were adding more because there was a bunch missing before. They're starting to add those. Yes,
I noticed that. I think that the first when we started, I don't think that they had the Captain Mar-Vell one on there.
Like it seems
you're right. They've been adding them on.
There was like big gaps. Now I think they have at least like the first 39 or 40 on there. So
it's very cool.
So yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what I was thinking. One of these days when we need the next Wondercast, maybe we should do What If number 5. What if? I think that's the one. What if Wonder Man had not died that first time?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Or what? I forget how they. Or was it War of Wonder Man destroyed the event? It was something, but it's like he doesn't die in Avengers 9.
Yeah, that was number 5. You said
number 5. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea.
There's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah.
All right. I know. I was teasing you about stuff I got at the store today.
Yes, you had some recent acquisitions.
Yeah, it's just today. Me and my son ran out. All right, so. Well, first of all, the original Spider-Man 2099 series, I've had the complete series except for 2 issues. Today I found one of those 2.
Oh,
number 25. Yes.
Yeah. And you got the foil embossed one too. It looks like.
Yep.
Very nice.
I know. I was just like, now all I need is 35, and I'll have that whole series.
35. Is that the last issue?
No. It goes to 46? For some reason, I don't have 35.
Oh, just a random one.
Yes. All right, and this next one is going to play into something we have coming up here very soon.
Okay.
After our conversation, was it last episode or the one before? I realized I had the second printing of this issue.
Oh.
So I found the first printing today.
Oh.
Fantastic Four 371 because
there we go.
I have the red cover, so now I also have the first printing white cover. Yes.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And it's the newsstand. Cool. It's the newsstand edition because it has the barcode on front.
Yeah, there it is. Nice, Phil. So you've got the white and the red one.
Yes, I have the first and second. I have both colors. Oh, that'd be
fantastic.
gonna have to display that.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Damn camera. If I hold stuff up too close to it after a while, yeah, it gets blurry. Damn it. All right, I just gotta switch cameras. Hold on, I'm gonna pull Charlie Esser here. Well, all right, we're back. And I also found this at the store. Again, I harp about this, Mar-Vell, so now I'm gonna display my my little protest here.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. Oh,
Spider-Man marriage, yeah, nice and framed. Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I love that cover, that annual. Oh,
yes.
That gives me a little serotonin boost just seeing that. Yeah. Those are happy days. Happy days of our childhood.
Exactly. It's like the beginning of my comics reading. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's great. So, were they selling just the print of that, and you found a frame for it, or
no? This is how it came. I found this at
that's how it came.
I found it's like a collectible store. It's not just comics and stuff. This one store I go to. So yeah, I found this hanging on the wall. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Already framed and everything. So I'm just like, nice. Yeah, I'll take it.
I just got to find a place on my wall for it.
I know, and I'm gonna have to rearrange shit back there. Yeah, because I want it on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a space for that one.
I was looking also the display with it because I have it in trade. I don't have the issue. Amazing 292, where the Spider Slayer is like drowning Spider-Man in the river. He says, "Hiding in Pittsburgh, you can't hide from me in Pittsburgh," or, and because I live outside Pittsburgh, kids. Yeah.
That's perfect. There's nowhere to hide in Pittsburgh, Spider-Man.
That's right. All right. So for next episode, yeah. I mean, look at that.
You got the right one. I love it.
Not that they all aren't on the app, but yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. You got to find a place to display both of those side by side.
Flame on.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get to these issues?
Yes.
Because at least the
big ones.
I was going to say, at least that death issue is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Some of the synopses for these aren't big, but yeah, we can always walk through them. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we find the cause of Mar-Vell's eventual death in Captain Mar-Vell number 34 from September 1974.
Almost 50 years ago.
Before our time, kids.
Yep.
Blown away. Writers Jim Starlin and Steve Englehart, penciler and colorist Jim Starlin, inker Jack Abel, letterer Tom Wojciechowski, and editor Roy Thomas. So Starlin was co-writer, penciler, and colorist on this.
Yes.
Get that money, kid.
Oh, yeah. It even says in the credit, Jim Starlin, everything except.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, the plots by Starlin, the scripts by Englehart. So. All right, the Lunatic Legion send their agent Nitro, the Exploding Man, to steal a powerful top-secret government nerve gas called Compound 13. He is confronted by Captain Mar-Vell, who defeats Nitro by having Rick strike his negabands together at the moment Nitro explodes. The gas canister is ruptured in the explosion, and Mar-Vell successfully reseals the container. But literally, the summary says, "But alas, not before himself he breathes in some of the toxic gas." It says, "Alas."
Nice.
But so yes, we see him pass out at the end there.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be until a few years later that we would see just how deeply the repercussions for that go.
Yes, and then the next issue we'll be covering here. But so all right. So yeah, what did you think of this issue?
I love this one. It's nice to go back and revisit those because I love these old Captain Marvels.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of the omnibus that I got of this run of Captain Mar-Vell, it goes all the way up to just before this issue. I think it ends at issue number 33. So it stops right before the stuff. I'm hopeful that Marvel will collect the rest of that. I'd love to have the second half of that series, a nice little omnibus.
Yeah, because like there's like I have like one like trade. It's like the Thanos stuff that comes right before this, but everything else, like I pretty much have most of the back issues from was it 18 or 17 or 18, where him and Rick become bonded to like the end of the series. Yeah. Like, was it like 15 years ago or so? I was able to find like a lot of these in like back issue bins and stuff. And
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, it's great stuff. Some of my favorite Marvel comics, period, is this run of Captain Marvel. It's so good. It's so good. And I love the artwork. I love the script.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at this time, they were really kind of like Jim Starlin, Steve Englehart, all of them were really kind of like firing on all cylinders. And they had the rhythm down of what they were doing. They had a great editor in the form of Roy Thomas, who kept everything from getting too out there. Some of those early issues, man. Oh man.
Oh, I know.
They were
when he was the Kree spy. You're talking about those early. Yeah.
And I have to say that some of the representations of women haven't dated well in those 60s issues either. Ugh,
I was going to say, those first ones before Rick shows up. Yeah, I've tried reading a few of them. I'm just like, this ain't for me. And again, maybe the numbers, were on our side because then they switch. They bond him with Rick, make him kind of more a straight up superhero and stuff. And
it's a very rapid shift when they do that. When they change him, when they change his costume, and they change his powers, when they give him the bands and stuff, it's very quick.
And then it's like, they make a lot of changes in that the previous story right before this, like that whole Thanos thing, because it's like he used to have like silver or like gray hair, and then once he meets
white,
once he meets Eon and gets cosmic awareness, he goes blonde, and
yeah.
He's basically appointed protector of the universe. It's just the quantum bands aren't available at this point. So.
Right. And I love Nitro too. What a great villain!
Oh yeah,
I mean, a dude that can blow up and like reconstitute his atoms after he's exploded. Like that's a crazy power.
I mean this cover is. I love that cover. Yeah,
crazy. And just he's nasty. Like he's just got this arrogance about him that nobody can defeat him. Like he hasn't met anybody yet that can even come close to defeating him until he fights our wonderful captain. And one of my favorite moments is when he's fighting Nitro for the first time. There's that glorious 2-page spread.
Oh, with the explosion, he gets thrown by the
and
explosion,
he's just getting hurled. It's so good.
Oh.
That one right there.
Yeah.
That one, yes. That's fantastic.
Oh,
I mean, that's just glorious stuff. I love it so much.
Oh, that is the funniest part. Yeah, when they're on the side of the road there, and Rick gets out to confront Nitro, and Mar-Vell's like, "Switch with me," and Rick's like, "I can handle this." He's like, "I work with Captain America," and Nitro just like gives him the backhand. Then you just see Rick laying on the side of the road, just all quietly. Well, it might need a little help.
Yeah. On second thought. You see the little Tweety birds spinning around his head.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Rick Jones is going to have himself a road rage moment. Oh, God, I love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this issue, it's so good, and again, he's going to play an integral part in the whole Mar-Vell legacy here, but it's like, it is weird. The first part of the issue is just like a big recap of that whole Thanos thing, and then,
dealing with the aftermath of that, because that was a big deal. That was absolutely a big deal.
And now Rick's on tour for his music and like leaves that girlfriend who I don't think we ever see again anywhere. So
I was going to ask you actually if you had remembered seeing her again.
I don't remember seeing her anywhere. I even looked it up. I didn't see anything. So this might be Lou Ann's last appearance. So
we do see Carol too briefly.
Yes, Carol Danvers,
which is nice. Yeah. She has a brief encounter with Nitro, which doesn't go so well. Oh, man, yeah, he is a nasty villain. I can't remember if anybody else had gone up against him besides Captain Marvel.
I'm trying to remember. This might be his. Maybe I'll look. I'll see if it's on the notes here. This might be his first appearance. I know later on he makes appearances. Like I know Like, right after Heroes Reborn, when Iron Man comes back, he fights him at one point. He's even Tony Stark's like, "Oh, this is the guy who killed Mar-Vell."
Oh yeah.
And then of course,
and he's with the New Warriors thing too.
The whole Civil War. Yeah, kicks off Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see where Nitro, Robert Hunter. Like I said, I can't remember. I thought, yes, this is his first appearance. Yes, Captain Marvel 34.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I didn't think I'd seen anything before that. But
he was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Oh, kids, he might have had a run-in with Michael Scott. Okay. I can explode on command. That's what she said.
Not in the face.
You're welcome, Lilith. Welcome to Ray's world.
Yeah, I'm reading now. He did fight a bunch of other people. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm looking this up. First, he fights Captain Marvel. Then he mistakes someone else for Mar-Vell because he fights Omega the Unknown.
Yes, Omega the Unknown. How could you? Oh,
yikes. I think he fights Mar-Vell again. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? It looks like something with Spider-Man. So it might be like a Marvel team up or something.
He fought Genisville. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I think
that's cool.
Oh, okay. At some point here, he gets himself into a fight with Rusty and Skids of the New Mutants.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, there's Secret Defenders. Oh, my God.
Secret Defenders.
Oh, yeah. Heroes for Hire from the late 90s. Yes.
We could cover some of that stuff.
Uh-huh. I'm down for that. Yeah. Oh, yes. There was, the Kingpin did hire him at one point. That's right.
Oh, to kill Matt Murdock.
Oh yeah, so there's that, but then there's another point where Kingpin tried to use him to. Oh, he was supposed to kill Norman Osborn.
Ooh, oops.
But yeah, there's the whole stupid Civil War thing, and which after that the whole thing where he blows up Stamford and Wolverine's trying to track him down. Yeah, so this guy has quite the history, kids.
Yeah, he's still around. Like I'm still scrolling, and he's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, so Nitro he's a force to be reckoned with in the villains of the Marvel Universe, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, he's still around, kids. Well, that's kind of depressing. It's like Mar-Vell's still dead, and Nitro's still around.
I know. Like, almost 40 years later.
Uh-huh.
More than 40 years later, yeah. It's crazy.
But yeah, keep your eyes on that, yeah, keep that gas canister in the back of your head, kids, because that's going to come into play here real soon.
Yep. poor Mar-Vell getting a whole face full of that.
To death!
Yeah. And I thought that was kind of weird because of all of the things that he's been exposed to over the course of this series, over the last 3+ years of this series. This chemical compound, this chemical gas is what gives him cancer.
Well, I guess that's the whole point where it's like, it's something so small and innocuous. So it's like, he probably doesn't think about it after he recovers, but it's like, it's like, that's the thing that kills you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember thinking that was so strange the first time that he'd been exposed to so many other things and they didn't really have any lasting effect, but
well, I think that's the thing too. I mean, we'll get to this in the next issue, but it's like I think that's the whole thing where it's like he's a warrior, but he gets taken out not in battle, but just by cancer,
by a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like how they have different names for it, like the Kree call it the Black.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I thought that was cool. How each race has like a different name for cancer.
All right. Well, speaking of that, should we get to that?
Yeah, let's move to the cheery issue known as the death of Captain Marvel. The feel-good moments, all about.
And is this Marvel graphic novel number 1? Because it says next issue is Marvel graphic novel number 2. So
I think so. I think they were doing a series of them in '82.
So the death of Mar-Vell might be the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dreadstar's number 3.
Oh, right.
The New Mutants is the number 4. Number 5, X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills.
Ooh, oh, wow.
Whoa, number 6 is something called Star Slammers.
Star Slammers.
I think that's on both Hellfire's hard drive.
Agents of Smash.
Number 7 is Kill Raven.
Oh, yeah, good old Kill Raven.
Boy, we're making a list here for Lost Library of Legends. I think it's...
Yeah, maybe.
Number 8, Super Boxers? What is this?
Super Boxers. Now, that one I don't remember.
I have no idea. By Ron Wilson and John Byrne and Armando Gill? Oh, my.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd have to dig that one up.
Number 9, the Futurians.
Futurians. I vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, there's more. There's more of these I haven't heard of than I've heard of. I think. Wow. Yeah.
Maybe at some point on Marvel Tales we'll have to cover some of these too.
Oh, okay. Is this? Number 12 is Dazzler the movie.
Oh, which we'll be covering soon.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I love those Marvel graphic novels.
Yeah, there's if you want to do deep dives on stuff, maybe even like one and Dunn's Kids. Yeah, some of these. Wonder how far they went with those.
They kept them going for a while because
like
they did those were all 82, 83 or so. Mm-hmm. But they did Triumph and Torment with Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom. That was an original graphic novel in 88, 89, something like that. So they kept them going for quite a while. I just think that they released them kind of sporadically. Mm-hmm. I don't think that they necessarily had a schedule to the graphic novels.
All right. Not a long synopsis here, but we'll see if Justin was eagle-eyed enough to catch the one thing they had the retcon later on.
Oh, okay.
All right. The death of Captain Mar-Vell. It says number 1, but April 1982. Oh Lord. Writer, penciler, inker Jim Starlin, colorist Steve Oliff, letterer Jim Novak, and editor Al Milgram. I gotta scroll down through all the characters that appear in this thing. Jeez.
I know. It's amazing.
All right. Captain Mar-Vell succumbs to cancer that he acquired from battling Nitro in Captain Mar-Vell 34, which we just covered. His friends and enemies pay their respects. So that's the only... Yeah.
That's the only synopsis. Wow.
Yes. All right. So, I'll give you a hint. There's one character in here who shouldn't be where he's where we see him at, and that's what they had the retcon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, is it somebody who appears later on?
Somebody should not be off Earth, but we see him off Earth.
Star Fox.
No. The Silver Surfer.
Oh.
He's still supposed to be trapped behind Galactus's barrier. Remember, we have to deal with this in the What If issue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and he's bonking off of the barrier. Yeah, yes.
Because in this issue, they're saying the Surfer couldn't leave Earth. This appearance was later corrected when it was revealed the Surfer in this book was actually a Skrull imposter named Bartak.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's how they retconned it, but...
Ew. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I thought that Star Fox was a member of the Avengers at this point, and that he should have been with them on Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I mean, was he constantly? Even if he was he constantly on Earth, or was he going back and forth to Titan? I can't remember.
Oh, he might have been going back and forth too. Yeah,
especially if his dad calls him, say, "Oh, Captain Mar-Vell's dying."
Right. Yeah. Right.
Oh, here's the other note. All right, there was a notable absence of a character in this book, Carol Danvers.
Yes, I was going to say, reading this again, I was surprised that she hadn't been edited anywhere. Yeah.
I did read this because she doesn't even find out about Mar-Vell's death until Marvel Fanfare 24.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
One of those standalone stories?
Oh, crap. It's like cover date January 1986. So she don't find because she's binary, I guess, at this point. So
she would have been binary and traveling with the Starjammers then,
so
right?
I guess she's off in space because I guess it says in that Marvel fanfare she must go back to the Avengers Mansion for one of those floating poker games, like Ben Grimm and them have.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And she meets Monica Rambeau, I guess, and then she goes, well, why are you calling yourself Captain Marvel? What about Mar-Vell? And I guess that must be when they tell her he died.
I see.
And she goes and visits the grave, yeah.
Wow. Those Marvel fanfares are great, too. I've got a couple of those because they were Moon Knight stories.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going on a binge for a while, collecting every Moon Knight appearance that I didn't have. And those are fantastic little comic books.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of those I missed. I gotta get...
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. We'll have to add those to the schedule, too, at some point.
Oh, yeah.
When they fit the criteria.
Exactly. I was gonna say we got to do some of that. Maybe do some of those what if issues when that series comes back.
Yes, is that next year?
I think I don't know if they've given a specific date for that yet, but I thought it was 2024 at some point. Yeah,
I thought so too. Yeah, at some point during that year.
Let's see what if season 2. Is that current? Because I'm seeing something to say it might be this December this year, but I don't know.
Oh, really? That would be nice.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I haven't seen anything about that. I wouldn't be surprised if that got pushed back.
Yeah, with the strike, I don't think that they had finished working on that when the strike happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, so what did you think about this death issue here?
I love this. I love that we have a little bit in the beginning with Mar-Vell, Star Fox, and Mentor.
Yeah,
and there's a little bit of an aftermath here with Thanos and the statue.
Yeah,
and I like that. Just all of a sudden, just randomly, a bunch of Thanos' cultists burst in and try to attack them. But I had forgotten how much of a badass Mentor is.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think that we forget too. Like he's supposed to be like this old dude who's just more of a scientist and a scholarly type. But yeah, he was like blasting those guys and laying into them just as much as Star Fox and Mar-Vell was. So I'd forgotten about that little detail.
Well, yeah, I mean they are Eternals, him and Star Fox, but.
Right? Yeah. They don't mess around.
Yeah, I love when those Thanos occultists attack, and Mar-Vell's like, I better take some of these guys out because not that Mentor and Star Fox are going to intentionally hurt these guys, but sometimes I don't think they know their own strength.
Yeah, and then Mentor lays into one of the cultists. He goes, "You fools! Can you truly be so blind? Do you really not see my son for what he was? He was an evil lunatic." Yeah, he's just completely laying into this guy. He can't believe that anybody would follow his son's twisted ideals. I love that part.
Oh, that's what was it this morning? Me and Lilith were talking. I was like, you know what, MCU fans, you didn't get real Thanos. I mean, Thanos is more like a conservationalist. It's like, oh, there's not enough natural resources and stuff. You guys need the OG comic Thanos, where his only goal was to bang death. That's his goal.
I know.
He wants to give it to death.
I know. I always loved that aspect of his character so much more.
You guys don't know original goth emo Thanos who just wants to F death.
Yeah. He wants to get underneath that purple robe of hers. Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. And it's never even hinted upon in the MCU version of Thanos.
No.
Not once.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, after they attack by those cultists and Mar-Vell starts just coughing and getting basically collapses.
Yeah, get more and more ill, and they run the tests. And that's when he remembers, oh yeah, the gas.
Yeah.
A few years ago on Earth, a thief called Nitro who was messing around with some nerve gas.
Yeah, because Mentor's like, we're going to run some tests on you. He's like, I kind of already know. He's like, I have cosmic awareness.
Yeah. And he says, terminal disease fighting is a little out of my league. I'm a warrior, not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, Jim. And then comes my favorite moment in the whole issue. I love this page. because there's no dialogue. But there's just all this gorgeous art where Mar-Vell goes to talk to Elysium and tell her about what's happened. And Mentor's just kind of watching silently from the sidelines as they're having this conversation. And there's no dialogue, and you can see what's happening. And there's so much emotion that takes place here. It's a gorgeous picture, gorgeous page.
Oh, yeah.
I just love it.
And then just off and on through this issue, you're basically Starlin recapping Mar-Vell's life because he's basically recording his whole memoirs for the Avengers, the Keep and stuff. Yeah,
which I love that aspect of it too, because in 1982, maybe there were a bunch of people, like brand new readers, who had no idea who Captain Mar-Vell even was. And so for them, it was kind of like an introduction to him in his last story. I love that.
Oh yeah, there's so much good art in this. Like that other splash page, basically him and all his enemies and stuff.
Man. Yeah. I love that.
But yeah, basically recapping how him and Rick were bonded, and then we kind of gloss over. Oh yeah, I was freed from the negative zone, but we kind of gloss over the how.
Yeah, that's okay.
We got to cover that one day. Captain Mar-Vell issue 50.
Yes. And his stuff with the Avengers.
Yes. Sure. Oh, that Thanos story. We got to cover that. Yeah.
That's legendary.
And that wasn't even the only one, because, again, when he's talking about Thanos dying, that was a story with Adam Warlock. So.
Right. Yeah. There was a lot that happened before that, leading up to that. Yeah.
But then, Mar-Vell goes to see Rick, because he's like, well, we were bonded at one point after that. I exposed that gas, so, you need to get checked to make sure you don't have cancer, too.
Right. And Rick acts very emotionally to the news.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks that there has to be some way to beat this.
Because, and then Elysius is just like, well, yeah, because, you said he's an orphan, his parents died, and then every partner he's had has left him, so.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best track record with people sticking around in his life for the long term, unfortunately.
I was almost thinking while I was reading this, I'm like, somewhere along the line, maybe we should do a Rick Jones month, and it's just like, do one week with his time with the Hulk, do one week with his time with Captain America, do one with him and Mar-Vell, and then maybe do like 1 week with him and Rom. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Cover all the bases. Yes. Absolutely. Or when he was palling around with the Avengers or something like that.
The Teen Brigade.
The Teen Brigade. Boo! Oh, boo. Speaking of the Avengers, Rick goes to talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
So they can figure out a cure, because they've got the Beast on the team. He's a scientist. Got Tony Stark on the team. He's a scientist. Hank Pym.
Black Panther.
Got all Black Panther. We got all these scientists who know how to work with this stuff.
And I find it interesting, because I think some people forget he has like a degree, like a background in like science or engineering. Wonder Man. Wonder Man's right. There. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, don't expect any miracles after all. We're only human. Well, at least most of us are.
Yeah, but then they show like the news spreads across the universe. The Kree, the Skrulls, the Watcher. Oh, I forget this guy. Yeah, he showed up in a Captain Mar-Vell, the old guy with like the robot mule. I forget that guy's name, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
I can't believe what started the point about the Inhumans.
The robot mule. I love that. It's so good.
And then I guess like I don't know if it's like weeks pass but yeah, Mar-Vell's just getting worse. Yeah, Star Fox. He's like Elysius is gonna need someone to take care of her and stuff.
Yeah, someone to help raise Genis-Vell.
I was gonna say have someone help her when she decides to clone a son. Yeah,
in a few years. Yeah, right.
Then we get her whole backstory, how she was a villain and stuff, and then these two fell in love.
Yeah. Comic book romance.
I gave her a second chance. I gave her work release program.
He changed her with his love.
Oh, That Kree love.
It's a Harlequin romance novel, folks.
Oh my god, that one panel is. I mean, he's just like holding her there.
Really is.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. My life with Mar-Vell.
But then then he's in pain and he gets all angry because he's, like you said, he's like an alien invaders, supervillains, monsters, mutants. They all tried and none of them could kill me. I fought them and I won. I survived. Who would have thought that in the end it'd be my own body that would turn on me and do me in?
He's frustrated beyond all belief.
But then he's even like, he's like, why did you think you're special? He's like, everyone dies.
Mm-hmm. He probably always thought that he'd die in battle, fighting some type of menace like Thanos or somebody like that. Yeah, that's probably how he always thought. And especially being a Kree warrior.
Oh yeah,
that's part of their mindset, like basically from birth.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was a soldier before he was a superhero. Yeah,
right. I love this panel of you've got the Beast, you've got Reed Richards and Stephen Strange.
Yes.
Working on stuff, and then you've got Thor, who's like kind of like leaning on the Beast, and he's got his hand on one of the consoles. What's Thor doing there?
I mean, at this point, which they play up in the What If issue, he is Don Blake, but why isn't it Don Blake and not Thor?
Right? Why isn't he Don Blake? Yeah, I thought that was so funny.
But yeah, their whole problem is they're like, the same thing keeping Mar-Vell alive is blocking any attempt at a cure is those negabands.
The bands, yeah. Their time is running out because he's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. Because even Reed says, but if you remove those negabands, he's only going to last a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that's when Star Fox comes right in and says, Mar-Vell collapsed, and we've taken him to the East Wing's master chamber. So, he's now bedridden.
Yeah. Basically in hospice at this point.
Yeah.
And that's when they send out the news, and there we have another glorious full-page spread.
Oh, when all of Earth's heroes show up, yeah.
Yeah, basically, just about everyone at that point in 1982. You've got the Avengers, you've got the Defenders, you've got the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
I think even the champion. Was it the Champions?
I think so, because I see Hercules, you see Black Widow from behind.
Yeah, and Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, these are basically all of the major heroes at the time.
Way back, way in the back, I see Power Man and Iron Fist, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Clea Strange. Oh, yeah, there's Silver Surfer, or Oh, how mad were you? Hulk's blocking Namor.
I know, yeah. He's leering at Tigra.
I was going to say, does it look like Hulk wants to F Tigra?
Totally.
I mean, look at Hulk, man. I mean, Hulk.
He's putting moves on her.
Hulk's looking at Tigra like Ray looks at Tigra. I mean, look at that. What the F?
And I think that's what Namor's doing. He's trying to haul him back. He's like, "Stop looking at her like that."
You don't want to get. I don't know what's worse. Do you want to get in the way of an angry Hulk or a horny Hulk? I don't know which is worse.
Sex on the mind. The Hard Master.
I think there should be a story someday about that.
Hulk wants Rumpy Pumpy.
Somebody tries to cock block the Hulk.
Oh,
they're paying the price for it.
Someone tries to cock block Banner, and that's what sets off the transformation.
I think that needs to happen.
Hulk is green. Why are balls blue? Oh.
Well, it's a great panel. A great picture, rather. I love it. I love all these characters. And Jim Starlin, does them all perfectly. They all look amazing.
Oh, yeah. Ulysses is talking to Mar-Vell, but then they're just like, she says, she's like, this might sound bad. She's like, but I kind of like it better this way. She's like, I always thought you'd like die on a battlefield somewhere and I'd never get to say goodbye. At least this way we get to say goodbye and stuff. He's like, no, that's beautiful. Then Star Fox, like, the heroes from Earth are here. He's like, oh yeah, send them in.
Send them in. And poor Spidey, he has a rough
yeah.
time with the whole moment. He can't really handle it, which makes sense because he's probably the youngest out of all of these superheroes that have assembled.
And again, I mean, that kid, yeah, I mean, he's already had so much death in his life. Uncle Ben, Captain Stacy, Gwen, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't really something he enjoys dealing with in any circumstances. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then he has a nice little heart-to-heart with the Beast. But then Rick comes back.
Yep.
And he has a little bit of a moment.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm, apologizing. And Breaks, he's like, I'm sorry, I've been a fool. And Mar-Vell's like, it's all right, I understand. You're here now, that's all that matters. So, yeah, Ben Grimm comes out and is like, they're going to need a moment,
Yeah. You need some time.
Yeah.
And then after that, Drax and Moondragon show up.
Yep.
The original Drax.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. Because he's brought someone with him. General Zadrow of the Kree, or no, not the Kree, the Skrull. Because he says, I'm not here because Rick and everyone's freaking out. He's like, I'm not here because you are our enemy, because you've always been our greatest enemy. Because you are quite possibly the greatest warrior who ever walked the stars. We Skrulls are a martial race and have long respected your skills, deeds, and courage, even though you are our foe. So he presents him with the Royal Skrull Medal of Valor.
Salutes him.
Yep.
He says, may your passing be swift and your afterlife reward great.
And then even Rick's like, how do you like that? He's like, the Skrulls, who are like the Kree's greatest enemies, give you a medal, but the Kree don't even show up or do nothing because, they consider him a traitor.
Right. They're blacklisted him. But Mar-Vell doesn't care. He's actually glad to be out of the Kree.
Oh, yeah.
He's glad to be done with them.
I mean, it literally says, let the Kree keep their silly medals and honors. Who needs them?
Yeah.
But then after that, I guess by that night, Star Fox tells him, he's like, Mar-Vell has fallen into a coma.
Yeah.
And then we just see everyone gathered around his bed.
As the light fades. Yeah, it's a powerful moment, but that's not the end.
Nope.
Which I love. Yeah.
We get
a afterlife moment.
Yeah, because we kind of see Thanos. It almost looks like he breaks free of that statue and comes into Mar-Vell's room where he's by himself. But yeah, again, this is like transitioning to the afterlife, because when he leaps out of bed, he's costumed up again, and he's
costume, and he's healthy. Yeah.
I could be Thanos. You could ask Thanos why? Because I am Thanos, who is death and the lover of death. So basically, Thanos is giving him that one last great battle.
Yeah. In the afterlife, kind of like a limbo realm.
Yes.
Yeah. Where he fights some of his other enemies who who died in the past, like Yon-Rogg and the first Super Skrull, and a couple other guys. I forgot who a couple of these other guys are.
Oh yeah,
but I liked that. I liked that a lot. I was fighting his old enemies who had passed away.
Yeah, at some point we got to do some more of that Mar-Vell series. Yeah,
I
like
definitely.
That.
Yeah, for sure.
But basically, Mar-Vell just basically smashes them like statues, and then after Thanos, who looks like he smashes too.
Yeah, it looks like it, but
then he's standing there.
Yeah, and then he says, "Are you ready for her?" He sees the purple robed woman appear in ethereal cloud of mist in the distance. She is the bridge of eternity. Her caresses peace. Do not fear her, for she is merely that which awaits us all.
Yeah, she looks like a regular woman, but then Mar-Vell's just like, no, it's not that I fear her, it's just that I no longer need the illusion. And then you see her face, the face become that skull. Yeah. Then he kisses her.
Yeah, that's it. And Thanos looks pissed. He's like, oh man, that's my woman.
Yeah, and we've been showing like this heart. What did he call it? Like the heart of the world? But again, it's basically
heart of the universe. Yeah,
I would assume that's Mar-Vell's heart. Yeah.
Yeah, the heart of his universe, basically. Yeah.
But they both take her hand and like walk off. I'm just like, I know this is supposed to be beautiful, but I'm like, so Mar-Vell's going off to an afterlife of a threesome with Thanos and Death.
Maybe he's just holding the camera. They're uploading that to OnlyFans.
Oh my. But yeah, then again, we see he's flatlined, and Mentor says he's gone.
Yeah,
and that's it. We
get that.
Yeah,
I love the fact that that's where they ended it. Yeah, they didn't have a lot of dialogue or exposition after that. That was kind of like a nice somber moment to end it at. I like that.
Yeah, because after he walks off, there's no dialogue except for Mentor saying he's gone.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you think of that one?
Yeah, this is powerful stuff for sure. Yeah, and the first time I read it, I had to kind of go back and read it again because I thought, man, this is kind of unlike anything I've ever read before. I think I read this sometime in the 90s.
That might be when I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the artwork. Of course, obviously Jim Starlin's one of my favorites of all time. I love pretty much anything he's done. But for me, the cosmic stuff is where it's at. Like, I love Jim Starlin's, like, the way that he draws spaceships and robots and, like, different forms of aliens and just people, the way that he illustrates people just flying through space. Like, there's something about it that I just love. That it's familiar in a way that's, I don't know, kind of like talking with an old friend that you haven't seen in years. Mm-hmm. There's something really nice about that. And whenever I see a cosmic Jim Starlin story, I'm automatically excited about it because I just know I know that I'm going to like it automatically going into it. Mm-hmm. But I like that in this story we kind of had a wrap up to all the Thanos stuff with the cult of Thanos. We had a little bit of action there because the first time I read it, I was a little apprehensive. I was like, well, is this just going to be a bummer story about Captain Mar-Vell just getting sick and dying? Because I don't really think that's going to be very fun or enjoyable to read. But they did put some action in there. They put some nice tender moments with Elysius in there, which I loved. I said that whole wordless page where he tells her about his sickness. I love that. And for me, like, the whole afterlife part at the end really made me love it even more. Mm-hmm. If they had just kind of ended it right when he flatlined and all that, I thought it wouldn't have hit the same way. But the fact that we had that afterlife sequence with Thanos and death, and him fighting all of his enemies who had died, that to me kind of solidified the story and made it complete, and added another level of emotional depth to it, which I think it helped strengthen it even more. Definitely. Oh, yeah. What did you think, Phil?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I mean, just all from that, like, that cover where it looks like Death's holding him, and you get all the other heroes behind him, and like you said, just like the tender moments. You have that action at the end. I mean, joked around at the end, but I mean, that is a good ending to this, and just the whole Marvel universe coming out and paying their respects to Mar-Vell.
Yeah, I can't think of any other time really that type of thing has happened in Marvel. Because usually when a character dies, it's in the middle of some type of big battle or some epic thing that's happened, and there's not really any advance warning about it, obviously. So, yeah, it's unique. This book is very unique in the fact that it looks at one of Marvel's greatest heroes who is from an alien world, but it looks at him with a very kind of human, relatable sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Which I think is nice to see in a comic book. That's always nice to see. And especially in a comic book like this, a hero like this, who had been such a fixture in Marvel for years, like for over, 15 years, he had been just a regular mainstay in Marvel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he first appeared, was it like 68 or 69, I think? Yeah.
68. Yeah, I think it was 68, yeah. So for about 15 some odd years, he had been a regular face in Marvel Comics. Mm-hmm. And so it felt very respectful. It felt like, unlike a lot of the other superhero deaths that we've seen over the decades, it felt like it was done with a sense of reverence and respect and care for the character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get to the flip side of the coin and what?
Yes, let's check that out. Yeah.
All right. So, all right, kids. So, yes. So, what if number 14 from Volume 2? What if Captain Mar-Vell had not died? From June 1990, writers S.C. Ringenberg and Matthew Jorgensen, penciler Matthew Jorgensen, inkers Ian Akin, colorist Tom Vincent, letterer Janice Chiang, and editors Craig Anderson. I think I've heard of this Craig Jorgensen, but I can't remember where. But yeah, the other one, the S.C. Ringenberg, I was not familiar with. So.
Yeah, I knew the inkers and some of this, but yeah.
I mean, I'm glad someone else got his shot, but I'm just like, we have a Ron Lim cover. Why wouldn't you let Ron Lim draw this thing?
Yeah. I was so hoping that he did the art inside.
Captain Mar-Vell decides to get tests done after his exposure to the nerve gas. Well, he gets it done earlier than he did in the 616. He discovers that he has cancer. He goes to Reed Richards, Dr. Strange, and Dr. Don Blake. After making sure that Rick doesn't have cancer, the three doctors go to work. Dr. Strange decides to take everyone to another dimension where they can safely take off the negabands and work on curing the cancer. This dimension, time stands still so they can work for years and no time would pass on Earth for any of them. After Captain Mar-Vell was finally cured, he decides to work on stopping the war between the Kree and the Skrulls. While he is away, Silver Surfer felt a strange amount of bad energy starting to creep around the Earth and the universe. He feels helpless since he's trapped on Earth, so he goes to the Fantastic Four only to discover that the team has the same cancer that Captain Mar-Vell has, and it's contagious. Doctor Strange and Dr. Blake are also sick, and they manage to get Silver Surfer off Earth so that he can go and get Captain Mar-Vell so they can find the cure. So he has to get past that Galactus barrier by transporting. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange transports him to Asgard, and then from there they transport him past the barrier. So
I love that too. Mm-hmm. Little detour.
Mm-hmm. Silver Surfer travels through the galaxy and finds the Kree, only they are dying from the plague. They thought it was the work of the Skrulls, but Silver Surfer is convinced that it is Captain Mar-Vell. On Earth, Ben Grimm dies from the cancer, and Reed mourns him. Then he realizes that Rick was still perfectly healthy, and so he did tests on him. Silver Surfer finds Captain Mar-Vell and his beloved Elysius fighting the Skrull and the Kree, and try to get him to listen to reason. They fight until Silver Surfer forces him to use his cosmic awareness on Elysius. Captain Mar-Vell discovers that he is causing innocent people to die from his disease. That's when Doctor Strange arrives and says they found that Rick had antibodies to help that would help the humans in Elysius. Unfortunately, it won't work on the Kree or the Skrulls. Captain Mar-Vell decides to have Doctor Strange send them to that timeless dimension where he won't cause any more deaths. Elysius goes with him to eternal exile. With the plague gone, people on Earth kept going. The Fantastic Four get a new member, Luke Cage. And then, ironically, Captain Mar-Vell's plague killed so many Kree and Skrulls that they could no longer wage wars. There was peace between the races. Yeah. Silver Surfer goes to Galactus to accept his punishment for leaving Earth, only for Galactus to forgive him. No one really knows why. All right, so thoughts?
I don't know. This one was...
It's a little weird.
I wanted to like this one more, but there was something about it. And I think, honestly, what it was the whole aspect of wherever Captain Mar-Vell went, he spread, like, communicable cancer.
Yes, it was airborne,
Like, airborne cancer. Like, I tried to wrap my head around that, and I tried to accept it, and I tried to be like, it's a comic book, don't think too much into it.
And again, maybe because Doctor Strange was involved, maybe part of that cure was mystical, so maybe that was part of it.
Maybe, yeah.
The part that got me was the banishment at the end to that. It's a completely blank the dimension. You know, they had nothing to stare at, not even a wall. I'm like, they're gonna go insane in there.
Yeah,
but I'm like, why?
That kind of sounds like a fate worse than death. Yeah,
I'm just like, why did we banish them? Because I was like, yeah, maybe Mar-Vell can't be out in the greater universe at the moment, but don't we have a cure for humanity at this point? So can't he stay on Earth?
Right.
because there is a cure for humanity.
Yeah. And then he could have just been exiled to Earth.
Yes.
He could have been an Earth-based hero, and that's where they could have left the issue.
And that could have been a nice little juxtaposition where it's like now the Silver Surfer is free, but Mar-Vell is basically in self-imposed exile on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Russell.
And he could have joined the Fantastic Four.
Make mine Mar-Vell.
Hey, Russell. Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about the whole thing about Mar-Vell spreading the cancer. I couldn't get behind it. To me, I was thinking about it. If I had written, I would have been like, well, I would have written death into it, like Lady Death into the story somehow, with her saying, "No, you were supposed to die from this cancer. I was supposed to claim you." And obviously, she's not going to say that because she never speaks.
Yeah. Or she resurrects Thanos and then sends him out
Thanos to speak to her by proxy. And Thanos is like, you were supposed to die, and so now because you didn't, someone else is going to have to.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, kind of. Ben Grimm died since Mar-Vell did it. Yeah.
And I thought that was weird too, that he was the only superhero.
I find it.
That got sick, who passed away. It's like, why?
I mean, I guess it's possible because people get cancer in different ways, but I'm like, wouldn't Ben Grimm's the physically strongest of them? He would be the first to go.
And empowered by cosmic rays, no less.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, unless his mutation makes him more susceptible, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see Reed Richards mourning. I mean, can you imagine if it was like Sue or something that died because of it?
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, that would have been the end of the Fantastic Four.
There you go. He goes nuts because Sue dies, and then it's like, oh, well, we don't have to banish Mar-Vell. He can just stay on Earth. No. I'm sending him into that dimension. Steven, get over here.
Right. He killed my wife, damn it.
Or in a twist of fate, he drops him in the negative zone again.
Oh, yeah. Right. Because did they even talk about that? How him existing in the negative zone would have affected the situation with him spreading the cancer virus?
I don't know. Well, again, I mean, him and Rick were free for the negative zones. I don't know if anyone gave it a second thought, but
it seems like that would have been a better place to banish Mar-Vell and Elysium rather than the zone with no walls and no light, no color.
Nothing.
No
they even let him take a book or nothing in there. They're just like, here's this featureless void, white void. Yeah, it's.
Have fun with it. Just the two of you for all of eternity in this little white void.
Because I was even like, what the hell are they standing on? You can't even see ground or anything. There was like no sense of floating. It looks like they're standing there. I'm like, what are they standing on?
Maybe that was just like... Maybe that was the gateway to whatever exile land was awaiting them beyond the threshold.
And like no one even says, "Oh, we'll work on a cure. We'll work on a cure, so maybe one day we can pull you out of there." It's like no, it's like goodbye. Have fun living forever in nothingness. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye. See ya. We got stuff to do. Yeah, you killed Ben Grimm. Bye.
Unless that's like the quantum zone where Quasar is at, where those quantum bands get their power, because that's like a featureless white void. All it is energy in there. So I mean,
yeah. Well, Mar-Vell was hanging around with Eon, so it could all be interconnected that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, 1990. Well, I mean, this takes place around the time of death of Mar-Vell, but so I guess Quasar's not around yet. But yeah, no visit from Eon, nothing.
Yeah. It's weird. I do like the artwork in it, though. I like the art a lot. I like the depictions of some of the battles are really good. The action's good, and I also thought so. He's got his cosmic awareness, and he noticed that Elysium's coughing like all the time around him. He never thought to use that, knowing that people are getting sick around him, and she's like within close proximity to him all the time. I thought it strange that he never once thought to use his cosmic awareness and look at Elysium and be like, I wonder how she's doing, considering that, I love her more than life itself, and I want to make sure that she's healthy and nothing adverse is happening with her throughout all this. But no, he waits until almost the end of the story and then checks her out and is like, oh my God, no, she's dying. Oh, wow. big surprise.
Because it almost doesn't. It almost seems out of character for Mar-Vell to me. I mean, I get that he would want to end the Kree-Skrull War, but it's just it. I almost wish they would put in a little bit of dialogue where it's like, oh, maybe the cures made him unhinged and deranged too a little bit. Because he doesn't seem to notice anything else besides his mania for ending this war. And again, that would be another excuse to exile him. It's like, well, we can't trust him to stay on Earth, even though we have a cure because he's out of his mind. So let's throw him in the, and then she goes with him to say, I'll take care of him.
Yeah, he's obsessed with this goal, and he won't stop until he's accomplished it.
Yeah.
So we have to exile him at this point. We have no other alternative, and Elysium's going to be his caretaker for all eternity.
Because I think that's the other. Yeah, they should have said, the cure kind of made him nuts, and then and maybe that would have been. It's like, oh, well, we can't cure this disease because the cure makes everyone nuts. So it's like, the only thing we can do is banish him, and
Right. Yeah, I would have liked that better. I think. Rather than what we got at the end of this issue.
I mean, for a what if issue, the body count was low considering some of the other what if issues.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more carnage and death in the other what ifs, but
I mean, remember that Evolutionary War one? It ended up with our universe getting destroyed.
Everything went.
Basically, birthed a new universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, got to start over from scratch. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the artwork was good. I liked some aspects of the story, but I felt like it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better than it was.
Yeah, I mean, a couple more details. Maybe it's like the plot could be. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if this was like somebody's first time writing for Mar-Vell and stuff. Because the name. I swear I've heard the one name, but I don't know where. And the other guy I've never heard of it. Well, I'm assuming, but whoever it is, I've never heard of before. So.
Yeah, the Ringenberg. Yeah, the name's a little familiar, but it's really dusty in there. Yeah, I don't know if I. Yeah, it could be that maybe this is one of their first gigs, and they were just doing what they felt was best. I mean,
we do get a decent Silver Surfer Captain Mar-Vell fight.
We do. I think for me that was the highlight of this issue. Was their fight. That was cool, and it was illustrated really well.
Because at least there, they both, no one's being mind controlled or anything. They both think they're doing what's right. And
yeah, which is always a good basis for a superhero fight, if we're being honest. Yeah.
Okay, S.C. Ringenberg, it's saying was employed by Mar-Vell, DC, and Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal, no. Interesting.
I'm not seeing any issues on here, but yeah.
That's cool.
Matthew Jorgensen. I'm not seeing anything. Really not giving me any information on him. So. Wait, the only thing. Savage Sword of Conan 177.
Oh wow.
That was. Wait.
I think that was a 90s series.
Unless there's a backup story, because I was gonna say it doesn't look like he's on the main story. Oh, he might. So he might have did some work on that. So. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot on him. So, but yeah, so again, you get pulled in with that Ron Lim cover.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the art's not bad, but I would have loved to have seen Ron Lim do some of this stuff. Yeah,
I have to say this story did kind of pull me in on the Mar-Vell stuff because I bought this when it came out brand new, and I think this might have been the first Mar-Vell thing I might have read, even before the graphic novel, and any of his ongoing series from back in the day. So it did get me kind of interested in Mar-Vell. So
very cool.
Mission accomplished, Marvel.
Yeah, good job, Marvel.
All right, sir. Anything else on any of this?
No, I think we wrapped up our 50th episode extravaganza pretty well with the old Captain.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, love Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so do I. Like I said, we got to do more. We got to do more Mar-Vell. We got to do more Genus-Vell at some point.
Definitely, yes. I'll be getting that omnibus here pretty soon.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Of both of his series collected in one volume. Looking forward to that.
All right, let's see. I'm going to pull up the old schedule here, even though I know it's coming next time. But I think I already told you people what's coming the rest of the year. What? No? Wait. What? No? I know it's coming.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
Real quick. What? Come on. Oh. I knew it. O-ring.
I was waiting for it.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was going to be O-ring, but I was like, I didn't know if maybe he was going to surprise me for once and just, put out, you wanted it. Not the O-ring. Not on the left side of the screen, at least. No, sir. I thought he was going to surprise me. I thought he was going to surprise me and just be like,
you know how duck penises work, right?
Something,
Those boobs scare me. It's not just for boys.
You need some more knoll drops at some point.
I do. I only have like 4 knoll drops.
Booty looks good all the time. My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows.
There you go. We'll just have like 20 drops of like, Russell saying O-ring, Noel saying O-ring.
O-ring, yeah.
Booty looks good all the time. Yeah.
It's not just for boys. Those boobs scare me.
Yeah, we need it. That's what we need here on Marvel Tales. We need Noel to guest at some point so we can get more Noel drops.
We do.
Because all those drops, he was on with me and Loth at one point, yeah.
Maybe we can get him to join us for one of our Defenders episodes.
Wait, why? What's hell no? Noel, what? You don't want to be on the Marvel Tales? Or you don't want more drops of yourself?
No, maybe that's it.
I was going to say at some point, I know you have your own show, but maybe, this is Marvel. We could cover some of that Howard the Duck stuff or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or find a Howard guest appearance in something.
Howard guest appeared in Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah.
There was an episode with, an issue rather, of Ghost Rider that had Howard the Duck, Devil Dinosaur.
Oh, from the 90s. I do remember that. Yes.
And that
he was wearing that red and yellow costume that they were trying to throw. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that crap. All right. All right, kids. So next time, again, we keep promising it. Yes, next time we're going to do the Justin pick of Fantastic Four 371 through 375 with 2 special covers of all 90s.
2 special covers.
371 right there. I'm on camera.
I
can't see it.
Printing now. I love it.
And the embossed, yeah. So the shiny one is 375, kids.
Yes, that's the shiny holographic one with Sue Storm's boob window.
Yes, and the big guns and
big guns and jackets.
Pouches, yes.
Lots of pouches. Full 90s effect.
Oh, no. Oh, Noel got it. He knows what he wants to do. We could do Gerber's Defenders.
Well,
we have some Defenders on the schedule for what is it, January?
Defenduary.
Do we have, is any of those ones we picked, Gerber?
I think one of them is.
So we might already have that on the schedule for January, Noel.
Yeah.
Elf with the gun.
Oh, my God. Steve Gerber's best creation of all time. Without a doubt.
Better than Howard? All right. And then, so that'll be in November. For December, week 1, we'll cover that Dazzler graphic novel. And then week 2, we'll cover the first 4 issues of the Dazzler ongoing from back in the day. And then for the week of Christmas, we'll cover Captain America 292 and Thor 444.
Nice.
Try to say that 3 times fast, kids. Thor 444. And then we'll wrap up the year with Iron Man 254 and 313. Oh, would you like to join us for the Dazzler graphic novel, Noel?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be
join us, Noel.
We're going to be recording that one soon, Noel.
Yeah. I love that graphic novel. It's good stuff.
I forget who wrote that.
I think that was Claremont.
Oh, was it? I was going to say, Noel's going to cover something that's not Steve Gerber.
It is possible.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, we'll hit you with the deets, Noel. Yeah, if you want to, if you can join us, please. You know what? About the same time we started this one this week, I think we're going to do that next week. Well, we're doing 2 episodes. Well, okay. Well, we'll hit you up, Noel. Even if we have to record out of order, we'll do it.
Oh, no, it was Jim Shooter that wrote the graphic novel.
Shooter, yeah!
Shooter did it!
Oh, he has most of those 80s original graphic novels, he says. Yeah, we were going through the list of those, Noel. Yeah, some of those are stuff I've never heard of before.
Yeah, there's some real gold in there.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgotten about that Kill Raven one. Fantastic.
First press.
Yeah, we'll circle around to back to some of that stuff at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Cover some of those for sure.
Oh, there's so much good stuff we got on the schedule. All right, so.
Yeah.
All right, yes, we'll reach out to you, Noel. If not the Dazzler stuff, yeah, I think we do have at least one Gerber Defenders next year. Or both. I mean, I don't care.
I could swear there was at least one Gerber Defenders episode in our.
I know one of the ones I picked was Defenders for a Day. Was that Gerber?
I feel like it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you picked one from that era, but I can't. I think it's around that era. Yeah.
I think I can't remember. I got to look at the list again. But yeah, Defenduary is going to be fun.
Yes. Oh, yes, kids. There's a tease for you. Yes, Defenduary. Wait till Lilith discovers that she has to cover some Spider Cast where Spider-Man teams up with various Defenders members.
I can hear her screaming her displeasure as we speak.
There's some marijuana dealer in Mexico who's about to become a very happy man.
You're not going to believe what they want me to do for January.
The lady from the United States just backed the truck up to her house. Now my kids can go to college. Oh yeah, I think
the truck's beeping when it's backing up.
Yeah, I think you picked Defender. Yeah, Defenders 31 through 33. So is that Gerber?
Oh, I think was that the Headman story?
It might be.
I think that's the Headman story. I think that's one of the ones I picked. Yeah.
Sounds like something from Justin's hard drive. So we've discussed Little Hellfire's hard drive, not Justin's hard drive. Oh, yep, I looked up 31. It is a Steve Gerber. So yes, first week, at least the first 2 weeks of January, Noel, we're going to be doing some Gerber, I think so.
Yes, Noel, definitely. Noel, join us for Defenduary if you want. That'd be fun.
Defender 62. Yeah. Oh, no. Looks like it might be David Kraft. It says wrote 62. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that the Know the Living Darkness one?
No,
that was J.M. DeMatteis.
Defenders for a Day.
Oh, that was Defenders for a Day. That
yeah.
was okay.
Oh, there we go. I see Mar-Vell on the cover of the 62. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people's favorites are going to be in that one. All right.
Yeah.
All right, kids. All right. So yes, you got a preview of what's to come even in 2024. So
yeah.
So send us your thoughts, or if you want to, if you have thoughts like Noel, email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, and including the link to the Patreon. Please subscribe to the Patreon. You never know what you're going to get there.
Join me in the Patreon Elite. Get all the perks, all the good stuff, all the bonus episodes.
Lilith Hellfire. Yeah. You never know what Lilith's going to be cooking up there. Well, a sober or a drunken or a high Lilith Hellfire. Always got something going on.
Or all of the above.
Yes. All right. So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Now, for the busiest man in podcasting, Mr. Justin the Owl. He's here every week on Mar-Vell Tales. He is on We Are the Night, the
Batman Podcast.
The Ray's favorite show, once a month, at the end of every month, as we talk some Jean Paul Valley. He is on twice a month with myself and Tyler Patrick on Electric Mullet, the Superman Podcast.
Yeah.
Where we're pretty much going in order from Burns' run on Superman. And, of course, it's still early. We've only done one episode so far. But the monthly, once a month, me, Justin, and that force of Midwestern nature, Russell, cover all the new Transformers Energon universe. So,
yes, our newest show.
Yes, like I said, only one episode out so far, so there's still plenty of time to catch up.
Absolutely. And the series is just starting, so it's a great time to jump on and start reading that.
Yeah, it's episode 2 will be coming soon because that Transformers number 2 is coming out soon.
Yeah.
All right. But if you want more Justin, you're in luck because that is not all. That's only probably half of what he does. So, Justin,
That's
where
right.
else do you podcast and who do you podcast with?
You can find me with four other shows currently. You can find me on Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, with the aforementioned force of nature known as Russell, where twice a month we talk about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk. We're also reviewing new comics of both of them every month. And also over on Tomes of Evil, the comic book supervillain podcast. We're back to doing our supervillain spotlights. And we have resurrected our sub-series, spotlighting none other than that demon himself, Etrigan, going all the way back to the 70s with Jack Kirby's classic Demon series. And also, over on Predator and Prey, the Yocha podcast, we're joined by Ray and Sparky. And twice a month, we talk about Fox's Predator in comic books, action figures, movies, and more. And last but not least, my solo project, The Lost Library of Legends, is now available, and there are 3 episodes to listen to. The latest one, you can listen to a spotlight on Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan's forgotten little masterpiece, Night Force.
Scream it!
And you will be screaming by the time you read that comic book.
Well, that escalated quickly. Giant-sized man thing.
Do you know anytime I play this drop for Lilith now?
Things in common, cannabis and comics and another thing that starts with C.
I swear she has no control. She just goes, cock-a-doodle-doo!
She knows it's coming next.
I said to her this morning, I said, you're not even pretending it's champagne or anything anymore, right? She's like, nah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
My kids. All right, thank you for joining us again. Now we start the march to 100, episode 100.
Yes.
But next week, 90s Fantastic Four.
It's 2 special covers.
Yes. And then episode 52 and 53, I'll be giving you some old school Dazzler.
Yeah. Spend some time with Allison.
That's right. Maybe we'll even get a guest appearance by a certain Noel.
Yeah, maybe.